But let's talk about AC Evo. We have got further details. Now, this was available to play not at an exclusive stall, but at several different hardware places at the Sim Racing Expo. And so it was drivable, and we got a few more hints. And I think the perception has been overwhelmingly positive because we're still piecing together what this game is. And I think, at least from what I've seen, I think most people are pleased by what they saw.
Yeah, from everything I've seen, and it's everything. I've tried to watch every creator I could. It looks good. I mean, it was drivable at the expo. People were in it. People were using it. I didn't see any crashes, like as in game crashes. But we would expect them having a lot of history of this with AC and ACC. It's not. This isn't their first foray into the fold. So it did look good. Graphics were. I don't know if they were dialed up to 11 and they gave everyone 4090s as a gift. I don't know, but it did look spectacular. The rain, the atmospheric effects is what I'm going to call it. Just, you know, if you drop that on any game, you're like, whoa. It's almost like there's always something to travel through. You're not just traveling through empty space. You are traveling through something natural, and it did look stunning. Sound was difficult because a lot of creators were using their own mics and they were picking up audio like it wasn't like we had native access to the sim for recordings.
But of all the things for us to be confident about them nailing, the sound is the thing that
it did.
They will probably.
From what I heard, it did sound good. Yeah, and rain looked convincing. I saw a few people crash touching the curb. That's a promising sign. It's not ACC rain. It looks like it's iRacing. Obviously, we need to see how well it's implemented to call it iRacing rain. But it does look good. I watched intently the driving. That's what I wanted to focus on. Slip angles, the whole lot, grip, front, rear, blah, blah, blah. It does look... it looks like they've chose the AC route, which is brilliant, not the ACC, just from the curb contacts. The slip angle is higher than we're used to on iRacing. I think that's unanimous, right?
Higher than iRacing.
Yeah, everything seems to have a very similar slip angle. Some are higher. iRacing's just a lot lower. But it did look good. I saw Jardier in the rain catch a big slide, and from his action on the wheel, you couldn't, like in iRacing, you can't catch it in the dry, let alone in the wet. So it looked good. Then we've heard so much from Daily Racing. Obviously, the way they worded that sounds Gran Turismo, which I can never insult because I have been calling for Gran Turismo on a PC. So for me to insult it would be so poor.
Is it not similar to LMU as well in terms of daily?
Yeah, but the way the term Daily Racing, it just reminds me of like the Gran Turismo where you pick the 3 races that you're going to do today and they change once a week. So it's similar. Let's see. I don't know. But on that front, they did announce not only a SimGrid partnership, but open to these type of partnerships going forward for... He worded it, never leave AC Evo. He doesn't want you to go off to our website.
Sure.
Register, come back to the sim. Like, he wants third parties, but they don't want that broken experience where you're flopping between browsers, which I never had a problem with, but I can get it. People want that full
all-encompassing sort of UI.
Yeah, so SimGrid seem very excited, like something they've been working on for a while. That was the expression you get on Twitter. It was almost like, finally we can talk about this, like something we've been working on. Obviously I would love to see low fuel motorsports because of the iRacing background, but I could get it. SimGrid's huge. Let's see if it's financially viable for low fuel motorsports. They have this huge... For them to leave ACC is like to go down a road that maybe ends them, right? You know what I mean? Like to turn their attention away.
I mean, hopefully, of course, one would assume they already have decent relations with Kunos, who will because of the ACC, the amount of stuff that they've done ACC. Obviously, a lot of that is as a third party and sort of just using the service. But yeah, you would think that the developers would be willing to integrate them into the platform.
Yeah, let's see. SimGrid's obviously huge. It works across all sims. Like I've done iRacing events through SimGrid. Like a low fuel motorsports. When I think of that, I only really think of ACC. Sure. I know they've done AC and a few other things. So let's see. But yeah, the free roaming was announced. I think I heard generative AI and stuff. So
okay, I didn't hear about that. I mean, like, most of what I'm getting from is from Traction and the podcast that they had with Marco Mazzaruto, who also discusses who's like one of the top guys over at Assetto Corsa, and yeah, they discussed as well as Assetto Corsa EVO, but also Assetto Corsa Competizione as well. And yeah, he confirmed after there sort of being a few sort of teasers. I think there was like a Morgan three-wheeler on like an open road, and people were like, what's this? And then he was able to confirm, yes, there will be open world drone, which is very rare for a driving sim. I was looking at it, and yeah, Traction was saying that pretty much the only open world driving sim is Truck Sim. Like, besides that, obviously Assetto Corsa does have open world stuff, but it's all modded. It's not part of the base game. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, what was this generative AI? Because that seems to make the most sense. You think the amount of development that needs to go into
correct.
Like
I assume they're going to do key niche areas, but then it'll be a case of open world where I don't know. It was a passing comment.
Seems like yeah, I've seen, you know, will it be like Flight Sim where it's like you got these vast areas?
Oh, but not really, not IRL created. No way, it couldn't be.
No, I don't.
That alone would be a bigger budget than everything else they're doing.
Well, yeah, that would be 2 games worth of developers in order to do that one feature.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly. And we're pronouncing it wrong.
Evo. Evo, is it?
It's an Italian word that means. Let me look.
Assetto Corsa EVO. Okay. But yes, that free roaming was confirmed. There will be 20 cars in the initial release. So the initial release will be in early access, but 20 cars and 5 circuits included. Obviously, they mention that with further builds that they will increase that roster. And also one of the other elements that they mentioned was modding, which is very cool. And modding will be a bit different compared to what we see in Assetto Corsa, because it will need to be approved by AC Evo in order for it to be purchasable and to be usable. And they will be working with manufacturers and track people to decide, well, does this break any licenses? Which obviously it will do. If you create an Aston Martin and you don't have an Aston Martin license, you're not allowed to use it in the game. What was the Evo thing? Sorry,
I can't remember. I couldn't find it.
Okay, sure.
Apparently it translates to the word age, but Thomas in chat said it's called ages in that case.
Okay.
Yeah, I think maybe the word age is loosely based on history. I don't know, but he said something in the interview, but I skipped part of that bit because I really only cared about things to do with the sim. Yeah. I hope this modding thing's 2-phase. I hope in everything you've just told me is for like the paid integrated store, click a button and it works, no installation needed, we've got you, and it can be on hosted events. I'm hoping there's still the bit where they look the other way, where there's a folder in Windows, drag in what you want, but it won't be monetizable. It won't be easy to install because you have to do it all yourself. You have to maybe like go into the registry or whatever. Deliberately make it annoying, but it's because then they can front the world and their sponsors like, yep, only hosted events and events like We Race can have licensed material. But, you know, if you're at home and you don't want to race your friends online and it's not in the store, then do what you want. If you want to make mods and make a Lamborghini Transformer, go for it. Sure. But it's not something we're looking... I hope. If it's not, then there's a massive market that they're just telling them to stay on AC.
Yeah.
Because it's a passion project for some people. I know people that are going through like engineering classes through uni and stuff, and they just use AC to chill and work on designs and like for fun. It's just their passion. They don't even drive the damn things. They just build them. So let's see, because that is a bigger than we know because we're not involved. But yeah, I'm very excited about AC Evo. Obviously, let's see. We've talked about quite a few sims on this show, and I'd say...
What was the last successful one? Well, LMU. Halfway.
Well, it was the most successful of the ones we've talked about in the past. Well, since this show launched. We've had we've had so many just come and go, or Rennsport where it feels like there's something because they're so passionate on social media with videos and social marketing that it almost convinced me every now and then I have to remember, oh, wait, no one's playing it.
Yeah.
You guys are just, I don't know, you're banging out awesome content. The best videos. We'll get to that. But yeah, I think this has to be a success. But my final point, they have to be brave. They have to take the mod in from AC. They have to do that point. Sure. And they have to take ACC head on. They need to treat it like, stop. He said in the interview, oh, we're not going to like AC and ACC videos. Still, no, you need to, like Apple's always business model has been, your biggest competitor is you. If you want to release a good iPad, you beat the phone. You want to be able to watch, you beat the phone. Like, you got to beat yourself. They have to take on ACC and bring over those competitive.
I mean, it's an odd sort of statement to have because, like, obviously with one of the things that Marco mentioned was about ACC, and obviously they're not going to be developing ACC anymore. Like, they've got the final build. One of the things, slightly off topic, that Marco was saying was that they are considering making a new build for ACC because the final one has been so unpopular that they are thinking of doing another one to try to make it better again.
Wow.
Because like the 1.9 or something update was highly unpopular.
Yeah, and then they slapped the word final on it, and everyone was like, wait, no.
So basically, if you're not happy, just complain about the state of the sim, and then they'll hopefully just keep doing final editions for several more years.
Yeah, look, they know how to make a sim last as long as iRacing. AC has it will be forever. And they've always listened to their audience. Like, I've noticed, but they got to now grab us, the competitive one, a daily racing bunch. If they can do that, I think the sky's the limit. As long as they keep pushing and come up with a better monetization model than just, oh, here's a bunch of German tracks, and then they go quiet for a couple of months, and then they come back with. I don't think sustainable. Like, sure. If they're not making good money, then I know they're not sitting there working hard on it. They're just waiting for licenses to pop up. They can grab, scan, implement, and sell. I don't want to be charged monthly, but if they're getting my money all the time, they're encouraged to keep me, and that's my 2 cents on it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, makes a lot of sense. Let's move on then to some of the hardware then at the Sim Racing Expo.